Hello everyone and welcome back to the Asia Games qualifiers. We're here to take a look at Macau versus Korea. And this is quite the challenge for the Macau roster. They are looking up against some of the best players in the world. So they're going to have their work cut out for them in this matchup.
Yep, to our knowledge, 2 players on their current roster do play in the ECS. The rest are mostly solo queue talents as of this point. We do have JF in the top lane, a Bruiser main top lane who loves his Jarvan top. And we then have Corgi, who used to play on KOR Esports in the ECS.
We'll have to see if these players can keep up against the likes of Korea, because most of these names should be familiar to your average folks at home. Little known guy, Faker in the mid lane, Peanut in the jungle with Ruler and Core JJ from the bottom lane. I think the biggest new name would be Keen in the top lane, but even so, he's a spectacular top laner who did play in the finals, I believe, last split.
Yes.
So still, we're seeing some huge stuff out of this Korea roster. And though some of their games, I don't know if we can comment on them, spoiler alert or not, because again, we are casting this off of a VOD, so we do not know where this game is in the match of the tournament. We're expecting some big things out of Korea, I think it's safe to say.
I think this is one of those games where Korea might take it a little bit easier, try to chill out and try some new things out. Of course, this is a full professional team, basically against a semi-pro to solo queue team. So, you know, we should expect some differences in the level of play, but it's still going to be exciting nonetheless.
It certainly is. And that means now already we are into the laning phase. We do have a top side start from both junglers. I'm not sure, but that looked like a leashless start for NH on that Camille. As he's a little bit slower to rotate. And look at the immediate pathing from Peanut, actually looping down for a bit of a cheese at the level 2 behind Corgi and GG Man. Well, hey, GG Man indeed. Peanut shows up the flash and Core JJ gets the kill. Corgi slowed down. Peanut still with the dive and auto attack. Core JJ wants it.
One more Q, can he get it?
Oh, and gets it. Maximum range for the Soul Flare. Double kill to the support of Korea.
Oh, that was definitely a Core JJ play, you know. He asked Peanut to come down after his red buff level 2, and it's like, let's gank these guys. So I love that bloodthirsty start. I love that Korea is actually doing the cheese in this tournament instead of the amateur team.
Yeah. A wild play to set up that bottom lane. I was about to say prey, but there's no prey in this game. As Korea in the mid lane, Faker, yeah, he's just holding on. He's just holding on, missing quite a large number of CS against Error after that early skirmish, while JF is trying to take a lane advantage against Keen, who's just trying to catch up with all of these minions. Meanwhile, NH is actually going for the invade onto the Raptor camp of Peanut, so we are seeing some good retaliation out of the Macau roster.
Yep, definitely does need to get something back for his team, and we can talk a little bit about the 8.10 Camille jungler. She has shot up to being one of the 3 most played junglers, and it's all because of that hook shot onto the scuttle, where she can get the stun and easy access to those scuttles pretty early on. She can also look for a lot of ganks, so that's what we're going to be looking for if NH can snowball his solo lanes.
We'll have to keep an eye on his pathing, because right now, those solo lanes look to be in a bit of trouble. Corgi and GG Man. This wave is actually pushing away from them, and they are pushing it as hard as they can. Their jungler's on the other side of the map, and Peanut is going to start stepping forward. GG Man is the target once again. No, it's Corgi. He's caught right by the Pillar of Filth. The snare will connect, and they don't even pass the kill back over to Ruler. Core JJ with 3 kills in this game against Macau.
All right, Core JJ, I need to see an AP item from you. Like, if you're kill stealing like that, you have to have something to show for it. So I do hope that he goes into an untraditional build here. Just to touch up a little bit on Faker's Jax. Jax is a good counter pick into the Yasuo in terms of a solo lane. Yasuo is more about his mobility, but as a Jax, you have Q on a 6-second cooldown. So you're not really worried about that. You do get pushed in early, but once you hit the level 6, it's actually fairly easy to play this lane out. So I assume that's what Faker is doing. Of course, he's not known as a Jax player at all. Great level 5. Sort of breakpoint cheese right there, going in immediately.
Yeah, just trading right back against Error, using that corrupting potion to get some good damage and a solo kill Faker might be a little bit too far forward, though, as NH shows up and continues to chase it down. Might just be hunting for the glory of the name kill. He finds it again at the cost of his own life. But KOR JJ has 4 kills as he roams into the mid lane.
Got that again? What?
Oh, 4 of them. And Faker with the other solo kill. It's 5 kills to 1 right now, Clement.
Oh, man. KOR JJ showing that he's the true carry of this team. He's going to be a terrific Pyke player. Actually, he is one of the highest great Pyke players currently.
Oh, I could see that happening.
Yeah. We don't have Pyke enabled on this patch, but look forward to it. He's definitely going for it.
Meanwhile, JF teleporting into the top lane, lands the stun onto Keen, dives in to hunt out for an outplay.
Get another
Minion
Q.
wave is nearly ready. That's the Blade Surge. Flash is ready for Keen, but that's going to be Peanut who catches up and locks down the kill on his own right. And now it's 6 kills to 1, Clement.
Yeah, this game is snowballing pretty hard.
Yeah.
All over the place.
I think that's a safe assessment, yeah.
Pretty much what we expected, to be honest. Like, all the solo lanes are kind of winning by themselves, and also the gank focus into the bot lane has done tremendous harm to the Macau team right here. But if I'm NH, I'm saying worth. I got a kill on Faker. That's all I need, man.
You take that home, you frame that on the wall, and you tell your kids about that. The day that you got a kill onto Faker.
Yeah, I mean, when Westdoor got that solo kill onto Faker in 2015, we talked about it all the way to 2017 until all of our
yeah, that's true.
All of our viewers were embarrassed by it.
We were,
yeah. Don't bring that up again.
It was the same thing as I think it was the CLG Huhi on Azir getting the quadra kill under the turret. Like, yes, you got the quadra kill. Congratulations. That was 2 years ago. Let's talk about something else now.
Hey, man, you don't take that away from me. That's
You
the best
can't,
thing I
yeah.
did.
We can't take that away. Because you deserve that. You got that kill. Now, we are seeing the Macau roster focus this bottom half of the map, despite the initial pressure that Peanut put down there. There's a lot of wards. You can see 3 control wards throughout the river, and then more wards in the jungle of Peanut to track him, but looks like he's just going for the invade.
Yeah, he definitely has a very high clear speed with the first item, Tiamat. And then NH going in again.
In the mid lane, going 1v2. He leaps back in, despite having flashed away to safety. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, GG Man backing away. Ruler doing a lot of damage, not quite enough to kill. He's actually really close to level 6 here.
Yeah, he's definitely looking for the curtain call.
There he goes. Sees the channel, opens up the shot. GG Man sidesteps 1, gets hit by 2, 3 shots. Literally shooting fish in a barrel.
GG Man even held on to his flash. He was trying to go for the outplay, but after the first shot landed, there's like pretty much no chance.
Yeah. Oh man, GG Man tries to make some magic happen, but is unable. 8 kills to 3. Faker giving up 2, but NH looking for Keen up top. Keen drops down the call of the Forge God. Teleport from the 80 carry to join in. Ruler for the support, and they will lose Keen, but that's Peanut following up, and another kill passed over to Ruler. 10 kills to 4. Comment, this is brutal.
This is fun to watch, man. I love pickup games like this. If you're on 8.11, this is actually pretty common. Like, I've seen like 4 games yesterday. They all went above like 40 kills. It's kind of the norm of this meta where everything snowballs incredibly fast. Your marksmen are bringing teleport as well. And I just hope they keep on going with this type of aggression throughout the entirety of the game. I don't even care who wins. I just want to see kills, man.
I love how KOR JJ had to get the final hit on the turret, too. Not only does he have 5 kills, he also has the last tap onto the turret. It's not all about you, KOR JJ.
Please don't go Redemption.
It's about the team. He's got the other wisp.
Yeah.
Looks like he's on route for it. And again, we have to point out that was first brick for the Korean roster. 4,200 gold ahead, and they defend the bottom tier 1. The Macau roster is struggling. They are on the middle of struggle street, and they are out of gas.
And they only have 1 knockup for Arrow to really use, so not even much in the ways of the Wombo combo either. They just need to get some of their pieces on the board with kills at this point. They're losing all over the map.
Whoops. Keen missed that one, but it looks like he's still trying to chase it down. GG Man flashes away. The snare misses. The Pillar of Filth. KOR JJ turns onto Corgi. Tidal Wave is going to get GG Man to safety. But the Korean roster, they are just hunting down kills. They took the top tier 1. They rotate back bottom.
Yep, the map is opening up a little bit too fast, but Arrow's going in 1v1 versus Faker. Never mind, NH is on the side, actually.
Yeah, the arrow misses. The 3rd death of Faker this game as he goes down, but another kill in the bottom lane. GG Man sidesteps 1, but gets hit by the next one. Cooler Ruler is looking cooler at 3-0 and 6, 3-0 and 5 for Peanut, 5-1 and 2 for KOR JJ.
I'm disappointed that KOR JJ did not actually kill steal that. That's what we were all waiting for right there. But
I think I'm just thinking about it.
Props to NH. Nobody gets 3 kills on Faker in a single game. I don't think that's ever happened. I actually want to check, like, how long do you have to go back? I think there was one game where Faker started 0-5 and 1 against Maple and Karsa, but that's pretty much it.
We've got to wonder, maybe he's playing left-handed right now. He's got his mouse swapped over to the other side. That could be adding to the confusion, perhaps. His Ardent Sensor is finished at the 10-minute mark. Youmuu's is done along with the Berserker Greaves. Tiamat is almost finished for that, the Ravenous Hydra for Peanut, or perhaps he'll turn that into the Titanic Hydra. But this is a massive, massive advantage for the Korean roster very early on, and it doesn't look to relent anytime soon.
Yeah, I think a big point about Faker getting killed is just he's not backing out at all.
No, he's not.
He's using the counter strike.
He's taking the
He's
kills.
not jumping away. He's just like, I'll jump into you.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Camille. Too bad.
Oh, no, I've made a mistake. Doesn't even seem to be disappointed with his performance, as Cloud Dragon is now turned on by this Korean roster. Their first Dragon of the game, but now the squad is grouped up in this mid lane, and the Macau lineup are struggling to stay afloat.
Yeah, I really want to see some usage out of the Ashe Arrow so far. We've seen a lot of plays from NH into Error's lane, but not really much from the rest of the team. They do have a lot of initiation options, so if they can make use of that, they could maybe catch out LCK that's playing pretty loose right now.
That was the arrow that we were just looking for.
But it didn't manage to land. Good dodge by Ruler using the Youmuu's Ghost Blade for the move speed.
Wow, look at the damage from that Soul Flare. Corgi, getting a bit close there as Error tries to step up, but eats a snare over the wall. Here comes NH. He's got the ultimatum, managed to land onto KOR JJ, who steps up, and that's the kill streak finally ended. Error looking for the dive. Last breath lands. He chases it under the turret, flash over the wall from Ruler, but he's followed up on by NH. Peanut is going to be a bit far forward, but still chases and locks down the kill. Turns on NH, but here comes GG Man, as Teleport is now being used by Keen, and Macau are continuing to dive. Yes, they get the kill, but at what cost? The bubble is sidestepped, the knock-up, the lockup, and NH will die to Keen, who's now chasing GG Man. Knockup is not going to catch this time.
That was the most unlucky positioning from Peanut I've ever seen. So basically, Ruler flashes over the wall, brings everyone straight up onto Peanut's face, and he's like, that's not going well. It's a bad day for us. But we do see that, Korea's kind of playing it a bit looser. KOR JJ going for the bloodthirsty support, saw the Ashe Arrow was gone, is like, I'm going to chase down this Yasuo by myself. And he does pay the price for it.
At least this time, though. We'll have to see if he does in the future, because now it's 14 kills to 8, 4,000 gold advantage in Korea. They're playing loosey-goosey here. They've got themselves a big advantage. Could be looking for JF. Faker just seems to be playing a casual game in the bottom lane. I don't think he knows there's actually an enemy team right now. I think he's just playing against the minions as if this is practice tool.
It's like, oh, wow, I missed 2 CS there.
Yeah.
This is a shame.
Only at 106. Instead, he's just relying on the rest of his team to pick up the kills and snowball this game. They are very clearly taking it very seriously and very aggressively against this Macau roster.
Yeah, it does kind of show you how the meta operates as well. The bot lane is the easiest lane to snowball by far this time around, and you can see putting that to good use, the early ganks from Peanut going down there repeatedly and just freeing the entire map afterwards.
And then with that bottom lane advantage, 3-1 and 7 on Ruler, 5-2 and 3 on KOR JJ. They're opening up the map. NH catches Scuttle Crab as it spawns. That's right on top of the Rift Herald as well. So that does give an opportunity to the Macau roster to scout out what Korea are doing in advance. You can see they're starting to set up some defensive wards and try to prevent any more skirmishes. But I don't think anything's going to stop Korea from just trying to snowball over Macau. The knock-up. The bullets are being fired. 3 of them hit so far. Sorry,
Last
2.
shot.
The 4th one will hit. That's the Pillar of Filth and the arrow completely going wide. It's Peanut flashes over.
Yep.
Sorry, KOR JJ flashes over.
Yep. Does get 1 flash out from KOR JJ, so that's fine as well. What I really want to see is NH basically take it to Faker. He's actually ahead of the build curve right now, so he could win that solo.
Keen, he's actually going mono-e-mono against JF as he walks back under the turret. JF looking for the dive. decides to let it go. Meanwhile, his mid-tier 1 is being pressured as Keen just pulls pressure away from the rest of the Macau roster. And now that's 3 outer turrets gone for the 1 error. Looking to chase, as you mentioned, that build curve advantage.
Does have that level 11 against Faker as well. Faker backs out immediately, but we're just waiting for those big engages to come in unison from the Macau team. They actually do have a lot of opportunities with the arrow, with a really fed Camille coming in to kind of squash these tower sieges coming out from Korea. But unfortunately, a little bit uncoordinated, missing out on a skill shot here and there. It could still happen.
It very well could. We have the opportunity for outplay, as you mentioned, with that composition. The Yasuo, the Aurelia, Camille, 3 bruisers trying to dive in and pick off squishy carries. The only problem is Faker's on the Jax. We've kind of been joking that he's died 3 times and that he's playing against the minions, but Jax is kind of like a gangplank. He's going to sit in a side lane and catch minions for the next 30 minutes. And if his team hasn't won the game by then he's just going to win the game himself.
That's definitely true. There's actually no one that could stand up to him on the side lanes if he gets fed. Camille can't do it, Aurelia can't do it, Yasuo sure can't do it either. So it's kind of a ticking time bomb, and it's an insurance policy behind all the fun that Korea is having right now.
So it seems like a little bit more tactical play from Korea, at least in this draft phase, if not in the actual execution, as Peanut steps up to invade into NH. Errors right over the wall. And there's GG Man and Corgi ready to follow up with an arrow or a tidal wave if anyone steps out of position. But Keen is still split pushing in the side lane. He doesn't have the teleport, but he doesn't need it for now because he pulls JF's attention. With Rift Herald still up for another 3.5 minutes, you can see that it's now being started out by Faker. It looks like Korea are going to try to put the onus back onto the Macau roster to respond. It's Korea who are making plays now.
Yeah, Keen doesn't have the teleport, but he is walking up there right now. I actually think this is one of those fights that Macau could try and take. The gold is very focused onto Ruler and KOR JJ, so it's not as big of a lead as you might think. Once Ruler goes down, they could very well snowball the entire team fight as well. But unfortunately, not going to really happen. They didn't really put up any fight, was very far behind in the vision control, and everything just goes over to Korea.
Now Rift Herald goes into Faker's back pocket. Dragon Mountain spawns, and Korea just pick up, rotate over. That means top lane is undefended for the time being. And you can see NH and Error pushing up along with GG Man. They're looking for a pick, but instead they're just going to find a turret instead. Error, does he actually have enough to finish it off before Faker gets there? They could be trying to set a trap for Faker, the best player in the world. They get the CC and lockdown, uses the Grandmaster's might, but it's not enough. He goes low and will finally go down. Error gets the kill as NH tries to join in, but it's an all-out brawl as Ruler teleported in to join the fight. NH does not have enough, dies to GG Man as Keen in the backline has found JF, gets that revenge kill, and now KOR JJ, he's now a squishy support getting engaged upon. The blade dancing JF will track him down. Peanut and Keen chases it down on the far side. So far, that's 3 for 3, but Keen, with the maximum range of that knockup, finds another kill with Peanut, and it ends up being 4 for 3.
Yeah, definitely a fun play coming out from Faker there. He already saw NH on the side. He still went under the tower anyway just to act as a sacrificial bait for his team to really converge on. And we could see the main difference was that that was a 5v4 in the end. Ashe was nowhere to be found in that team fight. And Korea, despite like having a very bad start to the fight, actually does come away ahead.
And that is now 18.5 minutes in. Like you said, 4,500 gold. And Faker is on the hunt for a kill. Corgi clears that last minion, but Jax is about to leap out of the brush, and he's caught window shopping. Corgi is about to be put down. That bad dog is going back in the kennel.
Yeah, euthanized pretty much on the spot right there. Doesn't have the arrow either to really compete with Faker, and it's actually kind of fun to see Faker playing in the side lanes.
Yeah.
I think that's something that he was actually known for, playing on different mid laners like the Azir, like the Victor. He was very willing to go into a 1v1 position where he could pressure one side of the map and try to ask the other team to come and contest him.
And that's exactly what we're seeing Macau do, but I don't know that it's such a great strategy. Because again, yes, congratulations, you're killing Faker. You take that home, print that on your wall, show it to your kids. but you're also getting smashed when the rest of Korea shows up and collapses on the team. I don't know that that's entirely a desirable situation, unless they're just trying to kill Faker. In that case, that's fine. But usually, you want to try to win the game. And try to take the more intelligent macro play. I mean, I like that they're looking for picks, but they need to actually convert something off of those picks. They need to take turrets. They need to take dragons. They need to start breaking Korea's base if they want to try to actually win this game. Though they do have some time to scale up. They've got themselves the Yasuo and the Ashe. You just have to worry about Faker scaling up as well.
And this is my big criticism of Macao's play so far. I actually think they had a very strong winning jungler and mid lane at one point, but they didn't manage to snowball and take that to any other lanes, so they just bled out on objectives. A lot of the gold that the Korean team is having right now is not actually just solely from kills. A lot of it is just taking down more towers to start with, and you know, there really has been no pushback from Macao.
And now the mid-tier 1 is broken. The 5-man roster from Korea slams forward. Shelly the Herald is going to continue charging in, and that's half health now gone. Wind wall means the team can step up and break it apart. But like you said, there is no pushback. The arrow lands immediately. The fight breaks out. JF goes in, looks for the assassination in the back, and will succeed in killing KOR JJ. Meanwhile, Ruler has been caught by NH. The two bottom laners are dead. Faker goes low, and now it's up to Keen and Keen and Peanut. He flashes over the wall to try and stall this out, but will be caught out in the end. Meanwhile, Keen running away from GG, man. Baron has spawned, and this could be the opening that Macao has been looking for.
Yeah, Macao could go for Baron right now, and that was a beautiful play. They could have done that earlier. This is what I keep telling you. They have a great wombo combo and good access into the backline right there. Ruler stood no chance once all of the ultimate did come down. I'm glad that Macao finally woke up and went into an aggressive mode.
And the Baron is being burned through by the Macao roster, but they're taking a lot of damage. Keen is back up. He walks around the back of the pit, but doesn't have flash or a ward. Starts to walk up, but Baron has now been taken. Here comes Keen, along with KOR JJ. He sees that they're low health. The max range stun is going to miss. And that's Macao taking the Baron and escaping after winning a fight against Korea.
Just look at the itemization right now. NH is massive in these team fights. He's ahead of the curve compared to even Faker. If he gets on Ruler in the backline, they actually have a very good chance of winning these team fights. Jhin is not a champion where you can really walk away from these things. And once the arrow lands on the backline like it did in the last fight, it's actually fairly easy to execute a team fight here.
And that's opening up a large window of opportunity for Macao to stall out this game and perhaps try to push back. You can see Korea now sitting back on their side of the map. They've got a lot of defensive wards, a few advanced wards as well, but this is absolutely going to stem the advantage that they've had for at least a few minutes while this Baron buff keeps Macao safe.
Look at the gold lead. The gold lead is completely in the bot lane for Korea right now. If their backline gets picked off, the remaining members aren't that strong in the team fight. Just watch how much gold NH actually has.
Did NH just see them there? I think he might have. NH still walks up to the minion wave, overextends without his team, and immediately dies.
Well, that was the most fed member of Macao, so...
Yeah, all of the gold advantage that they had is now suddenly gone. At least until he respawns. Now, Dragon is respawning. You've already got Cloud and Mountain picked up by Korea, and they're setting up to rush down the third, whatever that's going to be, but Macao are setting up on that side of the map. Could try to contest this, though I don't know if that's a brilliant idea with NH dead, especially now that they see these wards as Era and Corgi set up a trap.
We do have to remember Ruler still has his teleport as well. Faker going straight into the team fight.
Immediately forcing the flash out. Windwall denies the call of the Forge God. Corgi is the target. Again, he goes low and will still survive. He's actually walking it out, but Keen finally goes in. Meanwhile, Era has been doing work along with JF. They're cleaning up in the back. Ruler gets caught, knocked up, but not enough to kill him. JF is chasing. The Blade Surge is matched. Flash for flash. Means no Blade Surge for JF to catch up. The first trap goes down. Ruler sitting on that fourth bullet. Doesn't quite have the burst to kill, but he has got to run away from that Aurelia.
Yeah, and Macao actually comes out ahead of a 4v5. Faker spent most of his combat abilities onto the support at the start of the fight and wasn't really able to contribute as much as he would have hoped for. And then again, Ruler coming from the backline did not get a chance to use his ultimate at all. He actually chose to walk into the fight at the start of it, and once his tank line fell down, he actually was missing out on a large portion of his damage, never getting the chance to get curtain call off.
And now that means that, again, the game is stalled out. That dragon is still up, an ocean now for whichever team decides to take it. Baron still going to be missing as JF is racking up some big gold. Sterix finally finished off for Faker, so he's at 2 items, 25 minutes into the game of much slower pace out of the best mid laner in the world right now. And the Macau, they're starting to find some momentum. They're starting to find some steam in these team fights. The Infinity Edge is finally finished off for Error, so he's got that 100% crit chance. You've got 3 items for JF as he finishes off his Guardian Angel, and Corgi is in another 1.5 items.
I actually think Macau could take this game at this point. I mean, they're unknown players, but they're doing so well this game. They're sitting on massive power spikes as well. Look at those Triforces into the Sterix gauge. The IE from Yasuo, the double crit from Yasuo done already, just like you mentioned. I don't think Korea really wants a team fight at this point.
The tier 2 up top is being sieged right now. JF looking for a flank on the side, but Faker's keeping him zoned away. Error will actually step up and force Faker out of position. The arrow tags him, plus a snare. That's the Sterix. He leaps away, gets disarmed in the process. But the tier 2 has been taken, and Keen will teleport in to help clear out this minion wave.
He got away without his flash. How is he able to do that? He got hit by the Ash arrow and then into Error's last breath as well, but still able to leap away with just the Sterix cage. So unfortunate right there for Macau. I actually think they could have pushed even towards the high ground if Faker went down.
Ooh, and the bottom tier 2 is such low health, but the minions get distracted by another wave and they're not going to finish it off. Korea turn onto the Ocean Dragon to lock it down as the reward for losing their top tier 2, I suppose. But Macau, they're starting to move forward onto the map. They're starting to get a bit more momentum, a bit more confidence in these fights. Like we said, they almost got that kill on the Faker. If they can keep replicating plays like this, Macau can start to open up this game and try to get the advantage over Korea after an incredibly rough start.
All they need to do is focus down Ruler. Like, Ruler is the main guy that's putting out a lot of damage in this team fight. Jack is not known as a team fight champion. Oh, they wanted to go for him, didn't find it.
That's the bubble. They're looking for Keen. He's so tanky, though, able to survive for quite a while. That's Call of the Forge God. Gargoyles keeps him so strong. He's actually turning and forcing the fight as Ruler steps in along with Core JJ. Peanut goes in. Here comes Faker from the side. They pop the Guardian Angel of JF. Tidal Wave resets it. Faker disarmed and denied entry by the bubble and Tidal Wave. Curtain Call finds NH, but he leaps to safety. GG Man will also escape. As the Macau roster, they're caught now by the Pillar of Filth. They've got to fight now. GG Man split off from his team, will be the first to fall from the Macau roster. And now this is Korea turning this into a piecemeal endeavor, pulling apart the members of Macau and taking them down one by one. Faker looking to get revenge for that horrendous laning phase that we saw from him. Even Keen is there to follow up with the knockup, potentially kill steal. Nope, they hand over the kill in the very end.
Oh, and that was just one play from Macau. They had everything so good, but why would you go underneath tower to try to pick off a full health Ornn? That just didn't make sense to me. Like, sure, the arrow was already spent, but you don't have to follow up with that sunken cost fallacy that hard. Really did try to go for the kill, but it was not a very good initiation play at all. They could have just backed off and waited for the timer to reset.
That's Corgi and Error dead now. And the Baron is spawning in 10 seconds. You can already see all of the assist thing. Korea fresh out of the base as it's double cloth armor picked up by Keen using that extra gold. Ruler, making his way out, has now finished off the Infinity Edge, Rapid Fire Cannon, and the Yomu's Duskblade. Faker has upgraded his Trinity Force. We're starting to see some big items out of the Korean roster. That gold advantage finally converting into stats as they turn onto the Baron. Now Macau is on their way. Teleport being initiated from JF, but he's going right into 4 members. Allows it to complete. Peanut in the front line. Knockup from Keen. Meanwhile, they've split Ruler off from the side. He's got no one to protect him and dies immediately. They will manage to kill JF, but at what cost? They've lost their AD carry. Keen in the front has been knocked up and is still doing some work, but dies to the true damage of NH. It's a lot of flashes to chase it down, and Korea are throwing this fight away as they're trying to turn it around. Faker joins in, leaping forward for one, but he pops the Sterex, leaps in, and gets caught down. A double kill going over to Error as Korea lose 4 members.
And this is going to give the second Baron over to Macau as well. The crucial thing about that team fight was, once again, you kick off Ruler. NH coming over the wall. Nobody on Korea was expecting that. They were all focused onto the choke. And that gave an open window and an open invite for Ruler to be taken down.
Well, they might be dying to the Baron here. KOR JJ gets 1 kill going up against the AD carry, and the Ignite, the Ace, the Ignite ticking down. Corgi will fall 7-5 and 14. The bloodthirsty support will not be stopped.
I thought it was a done deal. I thought Macau was going to take the second Baron, but that wasn't the case. KOR JJ with that amount of
Ruler's hunting. He's firing. Oh, we saw him there on the edge of that shot. Looking for the minions. Oh, but Error plays the vision game and escapes. A reckless, bloodthirsty play from Korea. But for some miraculous reason, they're able to get away with it. The Baron is still standing.
They traded 4 for 1 in that team fight, but still managed to stave off the Baron just because Corgi was able to get 2 back. He actually just finished off the backline by himself.
This is one of those games where one of the players, whoa, what is going on? JF just killed Ruler, and Peanut is trying to turn on to him. He's going to leap away to the minions. No way he escapes. The wind wall denies a knockup, and Faker cannot catch up. Now the arrow flying down.
What is he trying to do here?
He's going to miss.
Oh, I guess that
might have been trying to save. Yeah. But like I said, this is one of those games where I'm sure someone on the Korean chat is saying, all right, guys, let's slow down. Let's play it safe. Let's play it serious. We've got an advantage and not throw this game. Little do they know, their advantage is only 2,000 gold.
Yeah, and it's all on one person. Once Ruler gets picked off, like, Macau knows how to play these team fights at this point. Their backline access is tremendous. And it just doesn't seem like Korea is actually protecting their backline very well. It's kind of like everyone for themselves at this point. Faker's having a grand old time trying to play his Jax. I think this is the first Jax game we've ever seen Faker play.
It's certainly something. 5, 6, and 6 as he now picks himself up the stopwatch, as he could be looking for the Guardian Angel next, but still, Baron is on the table for Macau. They're setting up some vision. We're at 32 minutes into the game, and the next dragon is spawning in 45 seconds. Korea, these fights have been reckless. They have been messy. In the early game, when the respawn timers were low, they could afford to give up a member here, a member there. Now that we're 32 minutes into the game, they can't continue to be this reckless against the Macau roster. Even if they aren't pros, even if they are semi-pros, even if they are pros, they have to take this seriously.
Yeah, they need to peel for Ruler. That's the big thing here, and that's what was missing in all the previous team fights. They actually, I think they overestimated how much of a lead they had in the previous ones and just went chasing for Macau members without a regard for their own backline.
Without a care in the world, it seemed like.
But at this point, all the items are done, and if you look at that armor penetration coming out from Corgi, they can deal with Peanut at this point. They can deal with Peanut. There isn't anyone that Peanut can easily steal stats away from, so he's not going to be a very tanky frontliner at all.
And we've got Keen split pushing in the side lane. He's got teleport. JF does not, which is why he's grouped up with his team right now. Macau moving as a 5-man unit to keep vision over this Baron and potentially look for a pick. They have found one. Peanut is the target. Error in the front line. That's going to be the knockup as Faker dives into the back. They pop the Guardian Angel, and Faker gets the kill onto Corgi. His own GA will pop, and JF going low. His GA is going to be popped on the backside. NH trading with Faker, but that's the 3 items on the Jax. He's level 17 and is trying to look for the outplays. Meanwhile, Ruler has killed JF, and Macau might have bitten off a bit too much more than they can chew. Hextech Ultimatum is used, and Faker, like you said, 1v3, finds the kill and assassinates Macau.
While Macau was focused onto Peanut, they thought they had the pick, but they forgot about Faker. He goes in with the GA and manages to kill Corgi, GG Man, and NH by himself to secure the game for Korea.
Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Faker with the slow start to the game, 7 and 6, the most deaths on his team, turns onto the Nexus, and Korea will close out this game against Macau.